Okay, great. So today we'll be talking about the topic here. One topic that everyone has lots of interest. Yeah, it's about ISP load balancing with a Mikrotik ECMP. So load balancing is one topic from Mikrotik that is commonly uh, requested by many people because they want to do load balancing for reliability, failover, or they want to use um, they want to increase the link utilization. My name is Achmad Mardiansyah, and I'm from GLC Networks. The email that you see here is my email. So if you want to talk about something about the topic today, just send me an email. Right, so next agenda. So introduction, prerequisite, load balancing, and ECMP. We'll talk about some implementation about this ECMP in the demo. Right, let's talk about the GLC first. So GLC stands for Garda Lintas Cakrawala. Our website is that www.glcnetworks.com. We are based in Bandung, Indonesia. Our focusing area are IT consulting and training. We are Mikrotik certified training partner, consultant, and distributor. So if you want to order some Mikrotik equipment or do consultation about Mikrotik products, you can go for us. We also do Ubiquiti and Red Hat as well. Also one more here, Red Hat Linux. Also LF means Linux Foundation, so I haven't put them here. Okay, later on I will update. Next, about the GLC webinar itself. Our first webinar started in January 1st, 2010. At that time we talked about the Solaris operating system, but not so many. I think not so many people are using Solaris operating system today. Previously it was because it was open source by Sun Microsystem, but now it's already taken by Oracle, and then Oracle just closed everything. So a GLC webinar is a sharing event with various topics, Linux, networking, wireless, whatever you name it. Regular schedule is every 2 weeks, irregular schedule as needed. You can check our schedule as in our website, www.glcnetworks.com/schedule. If you want to be a presenter, just tell us and then we will set up a slot for you. About me, my name is Achmad Mardiansyah. I'm from Bandung, Linux user since 1999, Mikrotik user since 2007, Ubiquiti user since 2011, certified trainer for Mikrotik, Ubiquiti, Red Hat, Linux Foundation, certified consultant as well, previously working as telco engineer, sysadmin, programmer, lead programmer, and lecturer. Personal website is there. For more info, it's there on LinkedIn. If you have an account on LinkedIn, we can connect. And about yourself, so can you please introduce about yourself, where you're from? At least I have an idea about where you're from. Okay, so if you don't mind, can you please tell me about yourself? Okay, so one person here is Shamil. Okay, thank you very much for your introduction. Okay, so about your name, where you're from. Okay, you are a beginner. Okay, thank you very much, Shamil. Okay, any other person who introduce? Okay, so you're very rarely to get involved with the Mikrotik. Okay, thank you. Okay, the next is Ali. Okay, Bulang comp, I'm not sure here. So where you are from? Rosli Ali. Okay, you are you have a basic exposure for Mikrotik and networking. Okay, thank you very much. And if you don't mind, can you please tell me where you are from? Okay. So hopefully you can hear my voice here. So, right, so, okay. Yeah, okay, so you are a technician, okay. You are accessing here from home. So I would expect you to understand the concept of ECMP on Mikrotik as that is our title today. Prerequisite first. wait, about load balancing. So today our topic was about the load balancing with the in the Mikrotik, okay? But load balancing is easy. Lots of tutorials on the internet, tons of web page tutorials, videos. So the question is, do you really understand what they're writing? So, and the next question is, you know, some of the websites are just copy and paste, you know. So, a question to the writer, not all writer, maybe some of them, because some of the websites are just copy and paste. So, do they really understand what they are writing? Okay. I'm not saying that all tutorials in the internet are crap, no. But some of them, maybe they don't understand what it is saying. Okay. Next question is it really work as expected in your environment? Maybe yes, maybe no, right? Well, if it is easy, why these do not work? Okay. Well, information overload. So when you type load balancing Mikrotik on Google, and then you'll get tons of web page, right? Well, when they apply, so as you can see here, perhaps they have different environment compared to you. So you need to, so for yourself, you need to understand how it really works. Okay. So I got two emails here from different person. One person is from overseas. They are not Indonesian. And one person here are Indonesians, and both of them are complaining, I have read this tutorial from this website, but it doesn't work. Can you please help? Okay. So how it works. Okay, so I assume you should understand first firewall mangle. Okay, so what's inside the mangle? So first you need to understand the differences between packet and connection. So go to our channel, check our webinar, check our slide share. So make sure you understand what's the difference between packet and connections. And then you should understand also what's the difference between mark packets, mark connection, and mark routing. Okay, so if you don't know, please check it out. Check the previous webinar because I'm not repeating that today. So next, about the load balancing itself. So what is traffic load balancing? So it's a process to forward traffic on several links. So we have router here. It's router 1, and then router 1 has two connections through Ether 1 and Ether 2. Ether 1 goes to ISP 1 here, Ether 2 goes to ISP 2. So we want to load balancing the traffic that goes out from the LAN. LAN means local area network. So this can be done per packet or per connection basis. So load balancing is not similar to failover. Okay, so but sometimes it can acting as a failover. Okay, so next concept is this doesn't increase your data rate. So for example, we have 4 Mbps connection to ISP1, and then from ISP2 you have 4 Mbps to ISP2. So that means your download rate is 8 Mbps. So 4 equals 4 plus 4 equals to 8. So I got download rate equals to 8 megabit per second. No, it's not. Yeah. So it's not like that. So it's not addition of your download rate. So it's completely wrong. So what is the benefit of when you do load balancing? First is increasing utilization of upstream links. So without load balancing, so you just utilize one link that you have here. Okay, for example, link to ISP1. Okay, so you just use it. So if it is failed, and then goes to Ether2. Well, that's failover. Okay, but you want to increase both. You want to utilize both of them. You want to increase the total utilization of total upstream link. Right. So next, about the technique. Okay, technique for load balancing. We have several options here. We can do firewall marking, ECMP, PCC, NTH, bonding, OSPF, PGP. So our focus today is ECMP, and then that can be done on a per connection basis, not per packet. Okay, so our focus today is ECMP. So about the connection itself, this is just a reminder how the connection works. So sometimes, for example, what is connection? So connection is a pair. It's a communication. It's a communication. It's a identification of communication. Usually, it's identified between a source and destination's IP address. So it's a pair of IP addresses, source and destination. So, for example, when you access a website, that could only requires a single connection. For example, if you go to test.glcnetworks.com, so this website only contain a single object and single source, that is test.glcnetworks.com only. Okay, so your browser just create a single connection to web server, and then that's it, finished. Okay, so yeah, it's a single connection, but the website now has more objects, which is from different connection, different sources. For example, here, if you go to mikrotik.com, and then you check the elements, and then in the website, Mikrotik website here, you will see components from different sources, right? Okay, so for example, to get to component number 1, you go to first connection, and then to component number 2, go to a different connection, third connection, fourth connection, and so on and so forth. Okay, the total number of objects here is equals to how many connections you create to get all of them. Okay, so clear? So website contents now is multi-connection. Okay, now let's talk about the ECMP technique. So how is ECMP work? So ECMP stands for equal cost multipath. Okay, so ECMP steps are here. So ECMP will identify connection from clients. So it identifies connection, right? So ECMP is per connection basis, and then that each connection is identified from source and destination pair. So when you access a website, so it is so ECMP will identify the connection based on the source and IP address basis. Okay. Yeah, one pair means one connection. So ECMP will forward the connection based on the weight or cost of the gateway, and then ECMP does the persistent per connection load balancing, yeah, based on the weight or cost, as it was said in the previous. It is recommended to use check gateway option for checking the gateway whether it's live or not. So as soon as the gateway is not responding, the check gateway remove it from the gateway list, so that you will have a failover effect. So for example, here you are downloading component of website. So you're opening a website, okay, and then that website has 3 components from 3 different websites, right? It is possible, right? So when you have a what is it? When you have a website, it is possible that the first object is coming from that, this next object is coming from that, the picture is from here, the MP3 is coming from there, the video is from YouTube, for example. So nowadays it is very common. So first connection goes here, as you can see, goes to the middle website, and then we have connection 2. So connection 2 goes via ISP2 and then landed at the right web server here, and then connection number 3 goes to ISP1. Okay, so it's load balancing. Okay, connection 1, connection 2, connection 3, connection 4, connection 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Right. So this is ECMP example. So if you use using 2 gateways the same cost, so both ISP have the same data rate. Okay, so you just type. So we are just playing ECMP on routing table. So we just define gateway equals to first gateway, comma, second gateway. So it is possible, yes. So it is possible if we have 2 gateways, yes, it is possible, and then automatically it becomes the ECMP. Well, what happens if ISP2 is 2 times more than ISP2? Oh, sorry, ISP2 is 2 times more than ISP1, so this one is mistake, okay. Sorry for that. So ISP2 is higher, 2 times higher than ISP1, so we just type 2 times. Okay, 2 times ISP2 gateway. So 11.1 here, comma 12.1, comma 12.1. Okay, so what happens if we use 3 gateways with different costs? For example, ISP1 1 Mbps, ISP2 2 Mbps, ISP3 3 Mbps. Okay, we just configure the gateway based on the cost. Okay, so if you set up from GUI, you can set up it like this. Okay, so gateway 1, gateway 2 2 times, gateway 3 3 times. Why 3 times? Because 3 times higher than 1. So it depends on the capacity of the link. And then don't forget to put the check gateway for checking the gateway, always checking the gateway whether they are still reachable or not. Okay, next is the issue. Well, some of the issue, beware of NAT connection. So NAT is really not good. Yeah, because when you do NAT, you will have 2 IP addresses, 2 public IP addresses, right? And then when you do load balancing, the web server will see incoming connection from the 2 public IP addresses, and then that could consider illegal session. Okay, so some banking, HTTPS or game website will not allow you to access their site because they will see you are coming from 2 or more IP addresses. Okay, so often you need to do authentication again. So sometimes when it happens, when you do, when you already done a load balancing, when you access a website, a few minutes after that, and then you have to log in again, put the username and password, and do browsing, blah 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 blah, and then suddenly you have to type username password again and again and again. So that happens because you are jumping your public IP address. Then the web server will see that, oh, it's not consistent, so they will think that your IP address was hijacking. So it's hijacked, and then your laptop was hacked or whatever. So you have to do authentication again. Beware of DNS rules. So some of the DNS will give different results if they are queried from different IP address. Okay, so this is what you need to be aware of. So DNS. Next, also important here is routing table flushing. Okay, so routing table is flushed every 10 minutes to avoid possible DOS attack. So your persistent role will be created again. Okay, so it's flush, so it's empty. So the connection will be done once again. So in the first, for example, first connection goes to ISP1, second connection to ISP2. So after it's flush, there is 50% chance to still on the ISP1 and then also change to ISP2. Okay, so I have a question here. That means load balancing make our connection to web server not allowed by... Sorry, I don't understand. So that means load balancing make our connection to web server not allowed. Of course, the load balancing is nothing to do when the one so the one that allows you to get into website is the web server itself, nothing to do with the load balancing. So load balancing is rerouting, is forwarding your request. That's it. Okay, so again, load balancing is responsible for forwarding your connection through ISP1 or ISP2. That's it. Okay, great. Okay, so beware of NAT connection. Yeah, so if you go to ISP1 and then you will use IP address from ISP1. If you go through ISP2 and then your IP address will be different, ISP2 IP address, right? So the web server over there will see IP address. You are coming from different IP addresses, which is not logic from their point of view. Okay, so what they need is consistent connection. What does it mean by that? So from a single source IP address. So for example, so if you do NAT, and then it's not good. Okay, so understand, Rusli Ali. Okay, hope you understand with the explanation. So the bad thing here is NAT connection. Okay, so recommendation, first avoid NAT if possible. Okay, as much as possible. Okay, so avoid NAT as much as possible. So don't use private address. So use public IP address end to end. So that means you'll use BGP. So for that one, you have a better performance. Other option is use IPv6. IPv6 is designed to have large address space, and therefore it is big, and then every single element in the world can use IP address. So for example, your nose, your finger, your eyes, your hand, your t-shirt can have an IP address, doesn't matter. Yeah. Why can we do that? Because the IP address space is very, very large. Okay, so if you put an address in every devices in the world, it's still possible. Okay, so next is about... Okay, so done. If you're interested, so just come to our training. Just go to glcnetworks.com/schedule, and there you can see the schedule for our training. Right? You can ask. What is it? You can ask a request to do a training in your place as well. Just send a request to our email. Okay. This is the end of the slides. So if you don't mind, you can submit your feedback on bit.ly/glcfeedbacks. If you don't mind, you can you can join our page, GLC Network page on Facebook and group as well. Slides will be available on SlideShare, recording will be available on YouTube, on GLC Networks channel, and then stay tuned with our schedule. Okay, so I have a question here from Shamil. Okay, so I connected to an internet through a IndiHome. IndiHome is one product from an ISP, a big ISP here from Telkom Indonesia. Okay, so and then they provide PPPoE actually, and then they put a modem on every house, and where every modem has their own DHCP. So when you connect to the network provided by that modem, okay, you will get a private IP address, and then when you browse the internet, they will translate your address from private IP address to public IP address. Okay, so yes, so it's the same case here. So you're still using IP address, private IP address. So yeah, so when you do load balancing, just be careful with that, okay? Because the website will see you are coming from 2 different public IP address, which is suspicious. Okay, so any more questions? Any more questions? So the load balancing is very cool technology. Okay, it's very awesome. Okay, very good technology, but this technology is really make it not good because of the NAT connection. Okay, right, so next is okay, when do you provide webinar with Indonesian? Why keep English? Kapan bahasa Indonesia pakai English terus? Okay, well, most of the attendees here are not from Indonesia. They are from overseas. So okay, so if you don't understand English, then I can explain the slides with the Indonesian here. Does presentation about basic must we learn? Any present about the basic for learning networking? Well, as I said in the beginning, so this kind of topic, load balancing, is quite advanced. Okay, because it's advanced, you need to have the basics, and then we already assume you already understand these things about the difference between packet, connection, and marking, and that. Okay. Yeah, so I understand that. So if you learn, it's like you're jumping here and there, yeah, which is not good. So that's why we encourage you to attend our training. So with the training, we set up our materials in the sequential manner so that you will get a comprehensive understanding of networking. So yeah, so you have 2 choices. You come to our training, or maybe you can you can learn the Mikrotik by yourself, but yeah, based on our experience, it takes a long time. Right, so does that answer the questions? Okay, so here, advice for training. Well, I haven't put the sequence for Mikrotik training here. Right. Yeah, okay, so if you go to mikrotik.com, so there will be a a sequence of Mikrotik training. So first is the MTCNA. MTCNA means Mikrotik Certified Network Associates. Okay, where is it? Yeah, MTCNA. So is it here? Yeah, it's for example here MTCNA, Mikrotik Certified Network Associate. Okay, so that's the basic training for Mikrotik. So, but before MTCNA, yeah, that's the drawback of not the drawback. Or Mikrotik already assume you already know the fundamentals of networking. Okay, at least you know what's the function of layers. What's the difference between layer 4 and 2? Is there any retransmission mechanism on layer 2? Why do we need layer 2? What's the difference between addressing in layer 2 and layer 3? You know, there are addressing in layer 2, right? And then also addressing in layer 3. What's the difference? Okay, those kind of basic things you need to learn, you need to know before you attend MTCNA. Okay, so I really suggest you, if you have a Cisco at CCNA, yeah, if you at Cisco, Mikrotik is different from Cisco. If you attend Cisco CCNA, Cisco will teach you the basic networking first. Okay, so they will teach you, like, you know, what is IP address, what is subnetting, what is broadcast address, how to get the broadcast address. So if I have this kind of IP address with the /23, how would the range will be? Okay, what's the maximum address I can use? What's the minimum address I can use? What's the range? Okay, right. So yeah, so that was the we call it pre-MTCNA. Okay, so pre-MTCNA is the knowledge that you need to have before attending the MTCNA. Okay, and then you go to MTCNA. That is the basic skill for the Mikrotik, and then from this MTCNA, you have specialization based on your requirement. So if in your network you have more than one routers, or you are managing many routers or many networks, and then we suggest you to take the MTCRE, Mikrotik Certified Routing Engineer. Okay, if in your network you have a wireless backbone, okay, I say it again, wireless backbone. For example, you are an wireless ISP, and then you take the MTCWE, Mikrotik Certified Wireless Engineer. Okay, so if in your network you do load balancing, you want to do traffic controls, and then you need to attend MTC TCE. TCE means Traffic Control Engineer. So if your network, in your network, you want to apply the user manager or hotspot, and then you need to attend UME, MTC UME, User Manager Engineer. So if you already take RE, Routing Engineer, MTCRE, you have finished the MTCRE, and then your network is getting bigger and bigger, and then you need to apply an AS number. AS means Autonomous System Number. So for that one, you need to do a BGP protocol. You need to apply BGP protocol. So for that one, you need to attend MTC INE. So for that course, you will learn about the BGP protocol and MPLS. Okay, is that clear? Okay, can I ask you about my email? So here's my email. I think my email is available on the first slide. Okay, so that's my email. And then how much does it cost for for the training, and then you can just go to schedule, and then usually we put a course there. Okay, anything else? Thank you, you are welcome. Any more questions? So again, this topic is quite advanced, but don't worry. We'll update the for the prerequisite knowledge. You can check it by yourself, okay, on YouTube or on the website. You have any questions, and then you can post it on our website. Okay, so yeah, we are here to help you. If you need a training, we already set up our training based on experience. Okay, so our training here we develop. So with Mikrotik training, every training partner, every Mikrotik training partner, they develop their own training modules. Okay, and then our training modules here is based on the real experience. Okay, real implementation. So if you want to get the real one, you can just join our training. Okay, any more questions? Any more questions? No? Okay. Okay, so if there is no questions, thank you very much for your attention. If you don't mind, just leave some message here, and then if you don't mind, so you can submit the feedback or visit our Facebook page. Okay, say something there, and then we'll see you in the next 2 weeks. Thank you very much. Bye.